In today's Climate Matters, as spring rolls along and temperatures begin to warm up even more, people are going to be spending more time outside, which means a higher risk of sunburns for many people that have spent the last few months indoors. Storm Tracker 4 meteorologist Danny McFarland tells us how the UV index has changed over time and when it's at its worst.
Spring is here, and that means more of us are going to be spending even more time outdoors over the next few months. But that UV index does increase this time of year. So what can we do to stay safe? And of course, how has the UV index changed over time? We have seen shifts in the UV intensity over the last few hundred years. A lot of it depends on how intense the sun's rays are, which do vary over long periods of time. In the short term, we will be seeing a solar maximum late this summer, according to NASA. That could also bring higher heat, and that could also bring higher UV indices than we are used to. Both Samantha and Reese grew up in Tucson and are now in their early 20s, and have noticed a huge difference, and even in that small time, the intensity of the UV rays has changed too.
Most pools are outdoors, which is like not a bad thing, because it's like we have a lot of sun. Oh my God, that's great. And it's nice to get like sun and also be at the pool. But then it's like when it's so much sun and we really don't get cloud cover, it like beats down on you. But now as an adult, it's very much I can be out for an hour or two, but then I need to go inside because I don't want to get heat stroke. I don't want to get sunburn. I mean, we're in an area where it's prone to have skin cancer later on, and it's a very high chance that I might have that just from my childhood being outside so much.
According to data from the National Weather Service, the average UV index for southern Arizona for June is 13, which is almost as high as the scale can possibly go, and even higher than you would see for South Florida at the same time of year. Even the winter months, we have seen some of the higher UV indices that you will find across the country. It is best to use sunscreen if you plan on being outside for a long period of time, but keep in mind as we get into summer, dehydration can also be an issue. From the west side, Daniel McFarland, News 4 Tucson.